Okay, this is Linda, and I'm going to make our dinner for tonight. I've been craving pizza lately, and my husband too, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And you know, on WW we have the freedom to do that, and sometimes I will save up points and do it. But I prefer not to if I can make yummy recipes like this, and then just use the times to go get pizza with friends or a special outing. This is a very easy, yummy recipe, and I'm going to make my own marinara sauce, so I'm going to do it first. And here are the ingredients that go in the marinara sauce. I'm going to make it in my Instant Pot, and which will only take a few minutes, and then I'll start the recipe of the actual pizza recipe while this is cooking. So the ingredients for the marinara sauce are an onion, a little bit of salt, some tomato sauce, some diced tomatoes, crushed red pepper, some Italian seasoning, and a little bit of garlic, and a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. Now, sometimes, you know, when I get tomato paste, but it comes in the big can, and trying to get 2 tablespoons out is hard. So many times I will buy the tomato paste in a tube, which I actually had on hand. I didn't have to go out to the store and get any of this stuff. And so I will be using it from here. So I will show you in just a minute on how I make the marinara sauce. And this is for Nana's Pizza Casserole. Okay, I'm going to make homemade marinara sauce. I am making another recipe, but I decided that's going to use the marinara sauce. But I thought so many people would like to use the marinara sauce for something else. So I'm going to make this as a separate video, but I'm also going to include this with the pizza casserole that I'm making afterwards. But this will be also posted separately, so if you want to make a marinara sauce for something else, then you'll be able to look it up on my YouTube videos, and you'll have the recipe also on my website. So to get started, this only has 1 point per serving compared to other marinara and pizza sauces that could be 5 points or more per serving. And it's very easy to make. I'm using my Instant Pot. You can use you know, a stove, but it's going to take you a lot longer, and you're going to have to simmer everything, and the cleanup. This is so easy. I say this all the time. This was the best investment. I use this constantly. This in my air fryer oven. So what I've done is I took my Instant Pot. I went over here to saute. Click on saute, and that gets this hot really fast. Instead of trying to put a little burner out here and show you stuff and then pour it back in there, you just mix it all right in here and then put the lid on and let it cook and do its magic. So it's on saute. I'm going to lightly spray the Instant Pot with just a little bit of olive oil, just a little spritz. And the next thing you want to do is you're going to add a half of an onion. I was going to chop up the onion that I showed earlier, but I had prepped veggies. And if any of you guys do this, I do this little thing where I prep veggies. So when we want a salad or whatever, I've got everything in here. So right here is onions. I have cucumbers, I have tomatoes, I have green onions. I've got bell peppers, and some of that's going to go on the pizza casserole that I make a little later, and shredded carrots. So it's very convenient. It takes a little bit of time, but I'll do that while I'm watching TV sometimes, and then stick it in the oven, refrigerator, and just keep it real. I'll put it in the refrigerator, and then when I need to make a recipe, I have it, or especially when I want to make salads and we're in a hurry. Now I'm going to add a half of a cup of, these are slivered up, kind of diced, shredded onion. You can do it, if you want to do it for your marinara sauce, you might want to dice them up really fine. And if it's something you want to make and you can keep the marinara sauce like in the freezer, in a freezer bag, you might want to do the diced. I like the slivered onions because the recipe I'm going to do this with, I like to taste the chunks. Okay, so there I've got a half a cup of onion. Then I'm going to pour 1 can of diced tomatoes on top. It's all kind of simmering together. I'm going to let this simmer together to kind of soften up the onions, and then I'll be right back. Okay, the onions have been sauteing along with the diced tomatoes. You want to do that for about 1 or 2 minutes until the onions become transparent. Now I'm going to turn the Instant Pot off. So you want to hit off because I'm done with this part of it. And I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. Half a cup of tomato sauce. Make sure you scan these items. The Hunt's tomato sauce is 0 points, and the tomatoes I used were 0, but some of them have points in them. You'll be very surprised when you go to scan them. And so, but usually the Hunt's products are pretty good. Okay, and then I've added the tomatoes. I'm going to half a cup of tomato sauce. That's right, what I put in there. Yeah. And now I'm going to add the spices. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. You don't want that much salt, just lower it. I'm going to add a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, just a slight teaspoon, not quite full. If you don't want that, lower it. And then a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. That I'm going to do kind of a heaping because I want a lot of Italian flavor in it. And then I have a tablespoon of minced garlic. Just stick that right in there. I buy the minced garlic in a big container at Costco, and it's great. So when you want to do recipes like this, you just spoon out what you need. But you got to tighten that lid really good, otherwise your whole refrigerator will smell like garlic. Okay, so now 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to use my little tube. So much easier. There's 1. And then there's 2. Okay, you want to stir everything around really good so all of the spices get mixed in. Now this is a small recipe because I'm only making a small amount for my husband and I. You could double this up if you want to make more. Okay, so got that mixed up. This has been turned on off. I'm going to put the lid on it, and I want to put it on pressure. I always have a hard time when I'm doing this backwards because what I'm trying to show you guys is backwards. Okay, there we go. And this way, pressure is here in the middle on mine. I'm going to set it to manual to 5 minutes. So there's manual. I'm going to do it to 5, and it'll kick on in a second. And then once the manual goes down to 5, I'm going to do it on natural release for 3 minutes, and then I'll do quick release to finish it all up. Okay, I'm going to get started now on Nana's Pizza Casserole. I just made the marinara sauce in the video that I attached to this one, but which is also separate in case you want to use it for another recipe. The marinara sauce just finished while I was trying to get all this out here, and I'm just going to leave it in here right now and let it stay warm and simmering all together. And I'm going to go over all the ingredients that's going to go in my pizza casserole. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese. You can use the powdered kind. I actually have a little bit of the shredded real kind, whatever you call it, the hard cheese. I want to use that up, so I'm going to use that. And then some pepperoncinis, some light mozzarella. I'm going to do a half a head of cauliflower, a 1/4 cup of diced, sliced up olives, and a half a cup of sliced, like double sliced up mushrooms, and around a 3/4 cup of green bell peppers, and around 3/4 cup of onions. And then I'm going to add some pepperoni, I think about 16 or 17 if I have that many left in here. This is the Hormel turkey pepperoni, very low in points. And then of course Canadian bacon is very low in points. I'm going to put that also in my pizza casserole. So I'm going to get started and I'll show you how it goes. And a little bit of salt and pepper and some garlic. Here we go. Okay, so you want to take half of the cauliflower, rinse it really good. I've already done. And I'm going to cut off the little end down in here. This little part here, you don't really want that. So discard it. Then you want to put a cup of water in a microwavable glass dish. This works real good. I've got a half a cup of water already in it. And then you want to put the cauliflower down in it. I'm going to go ahead and make sure it fits good. I'm going to cut it in half again. Put this in there. And then you want a wet paper towel and put a wet paper towel over it too. Put this in the microwave for 2 or 3 minutes. You don't want to overcook it. So that's going to go in the microwave right now, and then I'm going to go on to the rest. Okay, while the cauliflower is cooking in the microwave, or steaming I should say, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice up the Canadian bacon. So you want to take 5 slices of Canadian bacon. And I'm going to slice those up, and then I'm going to start to line everything all up, and we'll put all this together like you would a pizza. And so here it goes. So you want to take the cauliflower, take a paper towel, and just pat it dry. Make sure you get all the water off of it. I'm going to put it in a separate bowl here. We're going to break it up into bite-sized pieces, and then I'll be right back. Just so you know, when I break up the cauliflower, I take off some of the stem. I don't like the stems. If you like stems, go ahead and chop that up with it. So I just take it, and I go like this, and I just cut the stem off, like that, and then it just falls right apart. You just put it in there, and just keep peeling it apart until they're like bite-sized pieces. Okay, I'm going to be using my Instant Pot back here. My Instant Pot, air fryer oven. So if you have an air fryer oven, this is a great recipe for it. You could also probably do this in a regular air fryer. I'm just not sure how the baskets work. If not, you can cook this in your regular oven. I'm going to set the temperature at 400 degrees, but I'm going to wait till I put all this together so you don't have to hear the noise. I'm going to take you can take a casserole dish, or this is just the right size to put in my air fryer oven. It's a square, like a brownie cake pan. Spray it with some non-stick spray. Then I'm going to add a half of a cup of the marinara sauce that I made. I'm going to put that on the bottom. So let me get this here. Just right on the bottom of the casserole dish. Okay, here's the bite-sized pieces of the cauliflower. I spread a half a cup of marinara sauce in my baking dish. Now I'm going to add around half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of sliced up mushrooms. And you put whatever you like in your pizza. This is what I like in mine, so just, kind of however you usually do it, that's how you should make yours. But anyway, I'm just showing you how I make mine. So then I've got around a little over half a cup of sliced up bell pepper. Same with the onion, a little over half a cup of that. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper and the garlic salt. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon, well actually let me get the garlic. It's 1 tablespoon of the garlic, of the minced garlic. And then here's my measurement. It's half a teaspoon of salt. A little more if you like a little more. I like a little more pepper, so I'm going to put a little more pepper in it. Maybe a tiny bit of salt. And I'm going to mix this all together, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to take half of the cauliflower and vegetables that I mixed together here. I'm going to put this on top of a half a cup of the marinara sauce that I made earlier. Then I'm going to cover it. Well, then I'm going to add the pepperoncinis, or I think like half of the pepperoncinis. Just sprinkle about half of the pepperoncinis. I took 3 large pepperoncinis and sliced them up real fine. And then you're going to take half of the shredded mozzarella cheese, which would be 1/4 of a cup. Sprinkle that on. And then a half a cup of marinara sauce. I'm going to put this all on. I'm going to press this down, and then I'll be right back. Put the rest of the cauliflower, bell peppers, and onions. And now I'm going to add the pepperonis, about half of the pepperonis on top, and I'm going to add around half of the Canadian bacon on top, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have half of the pepperoni, pressing them down, half of the Canadian bacon, pressing it all down, adding the rest of the pepperoncinis on the top, and then the rest of the shredded mozzarella cheese, which is like 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. Okay, now I'm going to take the shredded Parmesan cheese. It says 1/4 of a cup. I had just a little over 1/4, so I just went ahead and used it all because there wasn't much left. And 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. You want to mix this all together. I sprinkle this on top of the rest of this casserole. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the pepperonis that's left, kind of space them out, and then the rest of the Canadian bacon. I'm going to sprinkle that all around. It's going to be so good when this all bubbles up and cooks together. Let me see when I add the sauce. I think I need to add some more sauce, so let me see just a second. Okay, I'm going to add the rest of the marinara sauce on top. I didn't think this was going to make that much, but it did, so it's great. Put this all on top of the casserole, on top of all the vegetables. I'm going to spoon this all around evenly over the pepperoni and the Canadian bacon. Push that all down a little bit. Then I'm going to add a quarter of a cup of sliced black olives. Okay, just about got it here. And evenly distribute it around. And then I'm going to sprinkle the Parmesan cheese. You can do the powdered, or like I said, I had some of the freshly grated. And so you want to put a teaspoon of Italian seasoning in with it. And then, you know, my hands, I've cleaned them a lot, but, you know, I just prefer to take my fingers, sprinkle it right on top. It's going to go in the oven for about 10 minutes, I think it is. It says, 15 to 20 minutes in the air fryer oven. If you're putting it in a conventional oven, you're going to look at 25 to 30 minutes. So, getting ready to go in my air fryer. I'll be right back. Okay, this is what it looks like before it goes into the air fryer oven. You can hear the oven on, so I'll try to talk louder. It's going to go in the air fryer oven. I'm going to check it after about 10 minutes since it cooks faster at 400 degrees. Okay, it's all finished and it looks really good. It cooked in the air fryer oven for around 10 minutes. Halfway through, I had it on the middle rack, so halfway through it looked like it was really starting to brown. So I took a fork and just kind of turned the vegetables just a little bit. Then I lowered the cooking pan down to the bottom, cooked it for 5 more minutes, and it's perfect. So 10 minutes is all it took in the air fryer oven. I think in the regular oven it takes like 30. So that's just goes to show you how good it is. And so I'm going to get ready to dish our dinner. And this makes 4 servings, nice sized servings here. And each serving is only 3 WW points. So if we wanted to each have 2 servings, it would only be 6. It's full of lots of vegetables and some Canadian bacon and some turkey pepperoni. It's going to be so tasty. And then I made us a little salad. You saw my little salad bar thing I make where I prep all my vegetables and stuff. So it was so quick just to throw a quick salad together for us. And this is what we're going to have for dinner. And I call this Nana's Pizza Casserole because I think my grandkids would like it and not even realize there's a lot of vegetables in here, although their mommy gives them lots of vegetables and they seem to do pretty good with it. So enjoy, and if you enjoy my recipes, please share them with others. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and encourage others to. Building more and more each day, and more people asking me questions, and I just want to be a blessing. I hope this is a blessing to you as much as it is to me. I've lost 80 pounds on WW, eating healthy, yummy food like this, retired a year ago, and just loving every bite of it. It's kind of hard being social distancing right now. I know we're all going through this, so look around your cupboards, see what you can make. And I wish you the best of luck and stay in good health. God bless you. And if you want my recipe to print out, go to my website, AmusingHealthyRecipe.com. Again, that's AmusingHealthyRecipe.com. And at the end of this video, I will have a little slide that will also have the website on it that you can go to. So you have a wonderful evening or a day, whatever you're doing, and God bless you. See you on my next one. Bye-bye.